Hello everyone, welcome to Zoho Creator Learning Table Series. So this is me Preeti Venkatesh and I'm going to be the trainer of today's session. So this Learning Table Series is a month-on-month session which is held at first Thursday of the month. In this series, take an industry and discuss about all the possible automations needed for that particular industry, and also we'll discuss about how to make Creator as a best possible solution in order to make that industry more feasible. So, in that flow, this month we are going to talk about Zoho Creator for insurance. So, before I move on into the session, let me just give you some housekeeping rules. All the attendees in the session will be on mute, and please ask your questions in the question tab, which is available in the left corner of your screen. A recording of the session will be sent to all the attendees, and please participate in the polls and the surveys that are going to be conducted. So, now let's move on into the session. So this is going to be the structure with which we will be driving you people throughout the session. First, we will discuss about the introduction for the insurance industry, and then for today's session, we are going to discuss about HR-centric insurance management. So in the second part, we will discuss the general process involved in this HR-centric insurance management, and then we are going to see a use case built on top of Creator to solve this HR-centric insurance management process. We will discuss the process flow involved in the use case and the features that are used to make that use case more feasible, and the live demo of that use case following that. And at last, we will discuss about some extended use cases and we'll summarize the content and we'll wrap the session up. So this is going to be the structure with which we'll be driving you people throughout the session. So now let's move on. Introduction. So insurance. So when I talk about insurance, first thing comes into mind. It's like it is the help. It helps the people or the customers when they face an financial loss or when they are at the financial risk. In general, insurance is the agreement signed between two parties. One is going to be the insurance company, and the next is going to be the customer who is willing to take the insurance. So this is basically termed as insurance or insurance policy. So, how it works? Uh, when I talk about signing an agreement between two partners, so in that agreement, the insurance company will be asking the customers to pay an amount called as premium amount in order for a coverage limit they are going to give to the customers. So after paying the premium amount, the customers will just receive the coverage limit details. So after they face the financial loss, this coverage limit will be given to the customers by the insurance providers. This is how the insurance industry works basically. And what are the coverage types an insurance industry provides? There are so many coverage types, like it can be an health insurance, life insurance, automobile insurance, and there are many types of insurance that insurance company provides to the customers. So the customers will choose their required insurance and they get the benefits out of it. And also we have something called as claiming process and deductible. So when I talk about claiming process, let's say the customer has faced the financial loss, so the customer has to claim the coverage amount they signed up with this insurance company. So they will be uploading all the necessary details or the documents for their financial loss, and the insurance company approves that and they provide the coverage amount they signed up for. And deductible is nothing but there is an amount called as premium amount that the insurance company get from the customers, and there is another amount called as deductible amount, the remaining amount of the coverage which the insurance company will provide to the customers. So this is how basically the insurance industry in short works. So now in our session, we are going to in detail discuss about how HR manages the insurance for its employees. So this is what the process we are going to discuss about. So let's discuss about the general how HR centric process works. So as an HR, first the HR has to collect all the insurance providers information who are willing to sign an agreement with their organization. So after collecting the information, they will just select the insurance provider who are eligible to sign a contract with them according to the organization norms and their budget allocated by the organizations. So this is going to be the first step involved in this HR process. And the next step is going to be after signing an agreement with an insurance company, this HR will sit and design the insurance policies that suits all their employees. So now they've designed the insurance policies and the coverage limits that suits their employees. And the next process is going to be like, when an employee enrolls into their organization or join newly into their organization, the HR has to showcase all these insurance policies that are available and make this employee enroll for an insurance benefit that he is comfortable with. After enrolling is making the employee enroll, this HR will provide the enrolled employee's information to this insurance provider. So now the employee is registered with this insurance provider, and the next step is going to be like, for the insurance benefit the employee chose, the HR has to calculate the premium amount, and they will be deducting that premium amount from the employee's pay structure. This is the small calculations done by the HR and an automation provided to deduct the amount directly from the employee's pay structure according to the coverage they choose. So this is how the insurance is made available to each and every employee of an organization. And the next step is like claim. So once the employee has faced the financial loss, he has to claim the insurance that he signed up for. So he'll be uploading all the necessary details requested by the insurance provider. He upload the claim, the HR will approve it and send it to the insurance provider, and the insurance provider will just approve the claim, and the amount will be debited to the particular employee's account. So this is how they manage the claiming process as well. And the next step is going to be the renewal and the termination. When we talk about renewal, if an employee signed up for 1 year insurance benefit, so after a year, the HR has to send a reminder to that particular employee to renew his insurance policy. And if an employee wants to terminate the insurance policy, the HR will help him for that process as well. So this is how the HR-centric insurance management usually works. So in the use case that we are going to discuss today, so we have divided this HR centric insurance management into 3 modules. In the first module, we will discuss about how HR is just selecting an insurance provider. So first step is like, the HR will just collect all the insurance providers information who are willing to tie an agreement with their organization. So after that, they will just select a provider who suits their norms and the budget. So after selecting the provider, they will be sending a contract to that particular insurance provider, and both the insurance provider and the admin of the organization signs the contract, and that particular contract will be sent as an PDF to both the parties. So now the organization and the insurance provider has become the partners to one another. And the next step is like, after becoming the partner of a particular organization, we will be giving this insurance provider a portal access. This is going to be the opening point where the HR's organization and the insurance company is going to be in common phase, and all the communication will be taking place in this particular portal that the HR is assigning to that insurance provider. So this is going to be the first module that will be involved in the use case that we are going to see in the live demo. And the second module is like, this second step of our process is going to be like enrolling an employee. So as soon as an employee register himself or join the organization, the HR will collect all the necessary details from this particular employee. So after collecting all the details from the particular employee, the employee will get an portal access. So this portal access can be an insurance centric, or it can be a general portal access. In our case, we are going to give a portal access which is going to help the HR and the insurance provider and the employee to be in a common page. So the employee will get an portal access. From the portal access, the employee can get to see all the insurance plans or the coverage plans that the insurance provider is trying to give their employees with. So from this insurance plan, the employee has to choose an insurance benefit that suits him, and he'll be enrolling himself for that insurance benefit. So after he enroll himself, the enrollment details will get approved by the HR, and it will be sent to the insurance providers portal. So now all the enrolled insurance providers information will be available in the insurance providers portal, and an insurance card will be available in the employees portal with which the employee can make use of this insurance benefits. So this is going to be the second module which will be involved in the use case that we are going to see. And the last module is going to be like, let's say the employee has enrolled himself for an insurance benefit. So the HR has to calculate the premium amount, and then it has to be deducted from the employee's salary. So the HR will calculate the premium amount. He will be just deducting that from the pay structure of that particular employee, and the pay slip with the deducted amount will be displayed in the employee's portal. So this is the second part. And the last is going to be the claim. So when an employee receives the financial loss or reaches the financial loss, he will be filling this claim form. This claim form will contain all the necessary documents that needs to be submitted from the employees end. That document will get analyzed, and it will be approved by both the HR and the insurance provider. So this is going to be the third module which will be involved in the use case that we are going to see. So I hope I have set a clear example about how the flow is going to work. And now let's see what are the features we have used in this particular application. So when I talk about features used in this particular application, the first feature is going to be the portal. So, as I said before, both the insurance provider and the employee will be receiving a separate portal with which they can communicate with each other. And the next is going to be the OCR image bill. So OCR is nothing but an AI model. So here the insurance provider needs the exact ID proof information of the employee to provide him the necessary insurance details. So while collecting the information from the employee, we'll be using this OCR image model to get his ID proof and take all the necessary informations from that ID proof. And the next is going to be the snippets. So here we have used the snippets to display the dashboard of both the insurance provider and the employees. So we'll be seeing that visually. And we have used from form properties. Let's say that insurance providers needs to save the form he is filling, and he will be filling it again when the necessary information is got. In that case, we have used the form draft in our application, and then we have used the blueprint concept to make this insurance provider and partner with with our organization. And then we have used something called as ZC load parameter in our dashboard. We will be seeing how it is used in the live demo. So these are the few features which has been used in the application to make it more feasible. So now let's see the live demo of the application that we were discussing in the past few slides. So this is the application I was talking about. Let's see it one by one. Let me go to the first module. The first module is going to be collecting the insurance provider information. So when I talk about insurance provider information, the HR will be collecting all the provider information and adding it to the form, which contains the basic information, their contract details, that is how many months and years they are signing a contract with them. Those details will be got from the insurance provider in general. Let me try to enroll an insurance provider with a contact name. And here I'm going to use a dummy email address because we are going to see how portal works for this particular insurance provider. So I'm using a dummy email address, start and their website, link name, the address of the particular insurance provider, and logo, if any. And then we are giving them the contract details, like this insurance provider is willing to sign a contract for about 5 years with us. So we have to get the date of their or year of the contract they are willing to sign with us, and what type of coverage they are ready to provide us, like automobile, home insurance, health insurance, life insurance. Let's say this insurance provider is willing to provide us with health and the life insurance for our employees, and after deducting the premium from the employee, we have to pay it back to the insurance providers, right? So how frequently they need this premium, monthly, quarterly, or annually? Let's say they need this amount annually, and if they want to provide any attachments about their company, they can provide it. So these are the details at the beginning we are getting from the insurance provider. Next step is going to be like, now we got all the insurance providers information. The status of this insurance provider will be on application submitted. Now we have to sign a contract with this insurance provider. So now the stage is going to be application received. Now using the blueprint process, I'm just trying to make this insurance provider and partnered insurance provider for our Zilker organization. So now I'll show you what is happening in the blueprint. I'm going to the edit mode of my application. In the workflows, we have something called as blueprint. So I have created a blueprint that says to sign partnership. This blueprint contains a few details, like once the application has been received, we will be sending an agreement to sign. So after the agreement is signed between both the parties, we'll make this person as a verified person. So let me just show you what is happening in this send agreement action. So first step will be the insurance provider will be receiving an email to sign a contract. This link contains a form that helps them to sign a contract. After they sign a contract, the status of this insurance provider will be changed as agreement has been processed. Now let's send an agreement to him and check how it works. I'm just clicking on send agreement. So now if I go to the email address of this particular person, he can get to see an agreement sent to him. So from here, he can sign a contract. He can just go through all the informations that are provided in this particular form, and he can sign a contract with us. So I've just given a basic information. So I'm just agreeing the terms and the condition. If you notice that this admin sign will be used only from the admin's end. So now as an insurance provider, I'll be signing a contract with them. So now I'm just clicking on the submit button. Now if I go to my application, if I see the application, the status of this particular person has been changed as agreement has been processed. The next step is going to be like the as an admin, I have to sign this agreement as well. So we have written a custom action button that says agreement. When I click on it, I can get to see an agreement that is signed by the insurance provider. So this is the sign that has been made. So from my admin end, I'll be signing this form as well. So I've just signed this form as well. So the now both the parties has become the sign agreement has been signed between both the parties. Now if I click on send agreement, and this agreement signed will be sent as in PDF to this particular email address, that is the insurance provider's email address. So now I'm just sending the agreement. It is just getting processed. Now if I go to the email address of this person, I can get to see an PDF that is sent to him. Yeah, so you can get to see the PDF that has been signed by both the parties. You can just download and keep this PDF. The agreement has been processed from our end. The next step would be like, after signing agreement between both the parties, we have to say that this particular person has been a verified insurance provider. After he became the verified insurance provider, a portal access should be given to him, which is a common communication between our Zilker organization and the insurance company. So now I'm just going to say like, after I make this person as verified, he will become an active insurance provider, and then portal access will be given to him. This is the very simple single line of code with which I'm giving an portal access to him. So basically, I have already created a portal for this particular application. In the Zoho Creators dashboard, there is something called portal. I have created an portal for this HR employee insurance management application. So now he will be adding this particular contact email, insurance provider email ID will be added as an insurance provider inside this portal. So now if I click on the verified button, if I go to this insurance provider's email and see, he would have received an portal access. Yeah. Now we can see I have received an invitation to join the HR employee insurance management portal. So now if I go here and refresh this portal as well, I can get to see this particular person's email ID has been added into my portal with the permission set named as insurance provider. So now let's see, what is this insurance provider permission set? So for that, I'm just going back again to the edit mode of my application. On the top, we have something called as settings. In that settings, we have something called as portal user permission. So I have created a permission set named as insurance provider with all the necessary forms and the dashboards that has to be showcased to this particular insurance provider. So now this permission set has been given to this particular email address. Now let's log in into this insurance provider portal and let's see how it works, how it looks like. So first he has to sign himself. After he just enroll himself with our portal, he will be taken to the dashboard where he can get to see your organization's name or logo if you want, and there are some forms and the reports we are just showcasing him. Like if I click on the register himself, so in this particular form the insurance provider has to give some elaborated information about himself, like his personal information, his financial information, that is their bank statement, the license, and their insurance certificates for the compliance and legal actions. And we are getting some informations like non-disclosure agreement policy. So we are just getting an agreement whether he is accepting all these terms and conditions, and what are the types of coverage types he is going to provide us with, and the partner agreement that has been signed by Zilker organization and this particular insurance provider, and other informations. So let me try to add this information as an provider. Their account number, insurance license, their insurance certificate, and other terms and conditions. And here, this particular insurance provider is ready to give health insurance and life insurance. So he can provide in detail notes about what he is trying to convey to us. And the partnership agreement, just now we have downloaded it from his email address, right? This partnership agreement. So he has to download and upload it over here as well. And next, the preferred communication methods and notes if any. So these are the details the insurance provider has to fill. This is a one-time form. So now if I click on the submit button, he will no longer get access to that particular form. So now if I go to my admin dashboard, in the registered provider's details, I can get to see his information added. Yeah. So I can get to see his information added, like all the certificate details they provided, the coverage types they are ready to give. All the informations will be given to here. So now he has become the registered insurance provider for our Zilker organization. And the next step is going to be like after becoming a registered provider, the HR and the insurance provider has to design the insurance policies that are they are going to provide it to their employees. So the next step will be like when in from the insurance provider's dashboard, I can get to see something called as insurance coverage plans. So here, when I click on this, the insurance coverage plans form will get popped up at the bottom. So now we can get to notice that how it is getting popped up at the bottom according to the navigations I'm doing. So for this purpose, we have used something called as ZC load parameter. So documentation on how to create this will be shared by my co-trainer in the chat box. You can refer to that. So now again, I'm going to the edit mode of my application and I'm going to the insurance provider's dashboard to show you how this ZC load parameter looks like. So this is a simple panel. So when I configure this panel, I can get to see the text which is made. Under the action, I have created a query parameter called a ZC load with an value to it, sorry, variable to it. So now in the HTML snippet I have added at the bottom, I have just used a given this variable which is used in this ZC load parameter, and I'm opening that particular component over here so using this single syntax. So documentation on how to perform this will be shared. You can refer that and learn. So this is how we have made this navigation possible in this dashboard. So now as an insurance provider, I have to give all the insurance coverage plans that I am willing to give. So I'll be choosing my name, the coverage start date and the coverage end date. Let's say this particular coverage is for a year. And the policy name, let me give this policy name as silver plan. The coverage type, health and the life insurance. These are the two coverage plans I'm willing to give under this policy name. And next step is going to be like the coverage details, any, and the coverage limit. Like this particular silver plan policy is going to cover around 6 lakhs as its coverage limit. So I'll be giving the coverage limit. And for this 6 lakh coverage limit, the employee has to pay a premium amount of 60,000 in total. And the remaining amount will be paid by my insurance company. And the plan documents for the HR to promote this particular insurance plan to his employees and other frequently asked questions. So this is how we are getting the insurance coverage plans from this particular insurance provider. He can give more than one plan that covers only the health, and this plan covers for around 4 years. And the coverage summary, if any, and this plan covers around 7 lakhs. And the employer has to pay 60,000 and the remaining thing will be paid by the insurance providers. Plan document. So now this provider has given two coverage plans. When you go to the coverage, you can get to see all the coverage plan reports that has been visible in his dashboard. So now he has given two coverage plans. One is golden plan and one is silver plan. So now if I go to my admin dashboards live mode, I can get to see all the plans given by this particular insurance provider. So now the first module is over. We have made this insurance provider be a partnered insurance provider and the insurance plan has been designed. And the next module is going to be like employee. So we have to enroll an employee, and from employee's perspective, how we are going to how we are going to make him enroll for our insurance company. So now I'm just adding a dummy email address. Let me just swipe this a bit. Dummy email address as an employee to show him how portal will look at his hand. And if you have any display picture of that employee for the identity purpose, the date of joining, let's say he has joined on 2nd of October, employee status is active, and the designation, let's say he is going to be an trainer from the training and training and development department, and he's reporting to a particular manager, and this location, all the HR necessary details we are getting it. And this CTC is mandatory because use from the CTC only we will be deducting the premium amount and calculating the pay structure, which we'll see in the next modules. So let's say this particular person CTC is going to be 7 lakh per annum, and the next personal information is going to be like when this particular employee uploads his ID proof, according to his ID proof, the name, date of birth, and the ID number will be populated. Behind this ID proof, an OCR is running. So when I go to the microservices, I have already trained an OCR model. Uh, Whenever someone tries to upload an ID proof, the ID number, name, and date of birth will get populated and stored in the three different fields. So now I'm just adding a dummy ID proof that contains only the name. So the name, date of birth, and ID number will get populated. So if you notice that this ID proof, as I said before, it contains only the name. So the name is getting populated over here. So if you train the model with the date of birth and ID number, that too will get populated over here. So now I'm just giving is emergency contact name, their relation, or their contact number, their address for communication, their gender, their blood group, their status, and their educational information, work experience, everything. Graduated person with the graduation and the branch and his college name and the year of graduation. And his work experience as well, if any. I'm sorry about that. Just a minute, I'll just add that particular person again. This contact information, gender, blood group, marital status, this education, his previous organization, if any. So everything will be added over here. So now I have just submitted this particular employee. As soon as I submit this particular employee, a portal invitation has to be sent to this particular employee. So now if I go to my portal again in my applications portal, I can get to see this email address has got an portal invitation with and permission of employee. As I said before, just like insurance provider, we have created another permission called as employee. Now let's see his email. Yeah, he has got the portal invitation. So now let's make himself log into the portal and see what are the things he is getting to see. Yeah. So now this is the dashboard that the employee can see. He can get to see the organization's name, his personal information, ID proof name, the name of the employee, his mail address, the department, other things will be displayed over here, and he can get to see all the coverage plans by default provided by the recently added insurance provider. And this is an enrollment form with which he can enroll himself for the necessary coverage plans, and he can see the coverage plans he has enrolled for, and the claim, everything will be displayed over in this particular dashboard. Also on the top we have the edit button, which allows the particular employee to edit this information if needed. For example, if you want to add another educational detail, or if you want to delete any educational detail, we can add it. Only HR will be approving it and then updating it from his dashboard, from his page. So this is the dashboard that employee will get to see. So now let's say like he has just seen all the insurance plans. Now he is willing to enroll for an insurance plan. So now he'll be selecting his employee ID, and all the necessary details will be getting popped up. And the next thing is like he has to choose the insurance coverage. So let's say he is willing to choose the silver plan which the insurance provider has given, and the premium amount as per the silver plan is going to be 60,000 in total, and this employee is willing to pay it monthly for until the 60,000 gets covered. And he's going to start from the October month, and it will be ending till the next few months. Then he is covering for himself and his spouse, and the dependent information has to be enrolled, their relationship, and he will be submitting his enrollment form. So under this coverage limit, he can get to see the coverage plan he has been enrolled for. Next, if I go to the admin's dashboard, the admin also can get to see the employee who has been enrolled recently. So now I have used the blueprint again, either to accept the employee, reject it, or terminate this particular employee. So for till now, the employee enrollment status with this insurance provider will be empty for them. If I accept it, it will become accepted. If I reject it, he will get rejected. Now let's say I'm just accepting this particular person for this insurance provider. So now if I go to the insurance provider's dashboard as well, under the enrolled employees, you can get to see all the accepted employees information, also with the recent information, their employee ID, their contact information, dependent information, everything will be displayed in this insurance provider dashboard as well. So now after he become the enrolled person to get the insurance. Now if I go to the employee's dashboard under the insurance card, he can get to see the insurance card over here, like the name, their email, the plan they choose, the dependent information, everything will be visualized over here. So he can either print it and save it for the future purpose, or he can download it and as PDF, and he can make use of that for the claiming process as well. So now he has become the enrolled person for this particular insurance. So next step, as an HR, I have to deduct the amount from the premium amount from this employee's pay structure. So now I'll be clicking on the premium deduction button, which has been written at the back end. So automatically the employee ID will get popped up. The premium amount he choose under the silver plan is going to be 60,000. So the employee has to pay 20 percentage of this premium amount, and the employer, that is Zilker organization, will be paying 80% of this premium amount. It will be deducted, this 12%, 12,000 will be deducted from this employee's salary monthly, as for 5,000 per month for around 6 months. So the premium start date will be this month, and for the next 6 months the amount will be getting deducted from this particular person's salary. So now if I click on the submit button, the premium amount will be added under this employee's ID. So next step, for every month, if HR uh, calculates the pay structure of this employee, he will be going to the employee's information. They can get to see the pay structure. He can design the current month's pay structure. That is, this is October, right? He can design the October month's pay structure. According to the CTC, the 7 lakh per annum is the CTC of this particular employee, which we added over in while enrolling this employee, right? So per month you'll be taking around 58,000. These calculations are done at the back end using the form workflows. So the base pay is going to be CTC per annum divided by the total number of months. And this earning, I'm just segregating his earning as basic pay, which is going to be 66 percentage of his total base salary, and remaining allowance like house rent allowance 16 percentage of the base salary, and child education allowance, which is going to be 6 percentage of the base salary. Fixed allowance is going to be 10 percentage of the base salary, and the gross pay is calculated like the basic pay plus all the allowances we are going to give him. So this is going to be the base pay, which is more or less equal to the base pay that has been given to him as the CTC. So this is how the earnings are calculated. Now when I talk about the deduction, so let's say this for this particular employee, we are going to deduct only the insurance, that is called as mediclaim, from his salary. So per month he has to deduct 5,000 from this particular person's salary. So when I just choose the mediclaim, the amount for that to be deducted will be displayed in this mediclaim action over here. My internet is a bit slow. Let me refresh it. So let's say we are just going to deduct only the insurance. Now we can get to see the insurance to be deducted is 5,000 for this particular October month. From the basic pay, that is the gross pay, the net salary will be calculated at the back end. So now if I click on the submit button, the pay structure will be added under the single person's employee. So for this October month, I have just given this employee ID with the necessary details. This is net pay is going to be around 53,331. So now if I go to the employee's dashboard payslip part, he can get to see the payslip that has been enrolled for him. The net pay for this particular October month. Every month's payslip will be available over here. He can just download it from here just by downloading it. So this is how the HR will be calculating the pay structure by deducting the premium from that particular person. So after deducting all the premiums, the HR will be paying that premium to the insurance provider at the certain amount of period, like annually or quarterly or monthly. So now the third module is done. So the next module is going to be the claim. So let's say that insurance provider, I mean the employee has faced the financial loss and he is willing to claim the financial loss from his health. So we will be giving him a claim form in his portal as well. So he will be just enrolling himself for that particular claim today. And the claim type is going to be for the health, and description is going to be like surgery, and he has to upload the necessary documents in order for the insurance provider to process it further, and the reimbursement amount as well, and he'll be submitting it. So in the my claim part section, he can get to see all the claims he has made. So now from our end as well, we can get to see the claims which has been added for this particular employee ID. We will be approving it just by looking through all the details and approve it. And then after getting approved, it will be displayed in the insurance provider's dashboard as well, the approved one. So from here, you can process it and the amount will be debited to that particular employee. So this is how the whole HR employee insurance management is happening, which has been built on top of Creator. So from here, we can take it further as well. So now I hope I've showed you the exact flow we discussed in the slides. Now let's see how this extended use cases can be made use of. So if you have any doubts in the flow discussed, you can post it in the question tab, which will be answered by my co-trainers. So now let's discuss about the extended use cases. We saw this insurance management on the HR centric. Now let's imagine it in the insurance company's way. So as an insurance provider, I have to collect my customer information directly. I have to design the policy according to the customer's need. I have to quote it directly to the customers, calculate the premium and get it from the customers, the claim management, document management, renewal management, everything as a whole has to be managed by my insurance company. So this application can be named as insurance policy management system. So we can easily provide the automation to process all these things on just a single click. And the next thing, when I talk about claim management, the claim management is going to be again a separate process involved in this insurance management. So whenever a customer is just reporting a claim, he will be asked to provide the necessary documentation, and the approval or the evaluation has to be made and approved, and the coverage determination also needs to be checked before approving the claim. After doing all the things at the back end, the claim statement has to be settlement has to be done to that particular customer, and a proper communication should be there between this insurance company and the customer. This again can be achieved using this portal feature. And the next, this renewal management. Renewal again is a big process involved in this insurance management. So every time a customer signs a contract, it will be for a year or 2 years according to the norms given by the providers. So we have to communicate to the customer whether the contract is ending. So also we'll be offering the renewal offers to that particular customer, and the contract will be reviewed and signed. So all the compliance and legal consideration has to be made before processing this renewal management as well. So these are the few extended use cases that can be made helpful to make this insurance industry more automated and feasible. So I think so we came to the end of this particular part of the session. Quickly summarize what we saw in this use case. First, we made the contract signing between the Zilker organization and the insurance provider just by sending the contract using the report workflows. And also we saw a blueprint, how using the blueprint, how we are managing this whole contract signing process and making this particular insurance provider as a verified insurance provider. Also, we saw how we gave the portal access between the insurance provider, employee, and the HR to be in the common page. And then we saw about how we made use of this AI OCR image model to get the exact ID proof information from the employees, which is needed by the insurance providers. And also we saw how we use the form workflows to do the automated calculations for both structuring the pay for the employee and also for deducting the premium from that particular employee as well. Also we discussed about how we design the both the dashboards using the ZC load and the HTML snippets. So this is what we covered in today's session. So also we have some upcoming sessions called as Creator Tech Connect series. So this is going to be held on 12th of October. We will be covering deluge and cloud functions in Zoho Creator. This Tech Connect series is completely a technical session which is held at second Thursday of every month. where all the technical concepts involved in creating an application on top of Zoho Creator will be discussed. You can register yourself for the session. Also, for the next month learning table series, we have Creator for Hospitality, which is going to be held on 9th of November. The registration link also will be provided by my co-trainer in the chat box. You can register yourself. These two are going to be recurring sessions. Once you register, you will get notification every month to join the sessions. So I'm just leaving the session open for a few minutes. If you have any questions, you can just post it in the question tab. Or if you have any questions post the session, please feel free to write at training@zohocreator.com. We will meet again in the next month learning table series. Thank you.